Are you the CEO of this company? Are you the CEO? No job should have you going into work every single day in tears before you've even had a chance to switch on your laptop or start the work, whatever that job is. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Amanda, and on this channel I make quite literally whatever content I fancy making. And in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you 5 signs you may need to consider quitting your job. And to add to that, I'm going to try and add some pointers on how you can move forward with each point that I make. So I really hope that this helps, and I hope that you find value in this. And yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to try and do a variety of different ones, and I'm also going to be reflecting on signs that I have used in the past to help me to know, hey, it's time to go. So the first one is that the job brings you absolutely no joy whatsoever. Now, I know that work isn't really considered to be the place that brings you joy, but I don't think that it is very worthwhile to be doing something that you can't even find a glimmer of enjoyment from doing. We spend far too much time at work to be bored to tears, for lack of a better term. I don't know where you are in the world, what country you live in, but I work 40 hours a week, and that's not actually the standard in the UK. I think the standard may be closer to like somewhere between 35 and 37 hours a week. Either way, whether you work 35 hours a week, whether you work 40 plus hours a week, that is a lot of time to give to something that is doing nothing really for your sense of enjoyment. Now, I don't mean that you have to do something that is going to bring you, every ounce of joy. Even the best job in the world, even if you start your own company, there's going to be hard elements. There's going to be parts that you don't enjoy doing. But what I mean is that maybe you deserve to be happier in your job. Maybe you deserve to find something that actually fulfills you, where you feel like you're making an impact, where the work is fulfilling. Some ways in which you can find some more joy are through perhaps just changing company. Perhaps you do the same job but at a different company. In the past, for example, I've worked in similar roles, but what's changed is the offering that the company offers to its customers. So yeah, just you don't need to change everything. It's more so change environment, and that alone could help you to get into a product, a service, an environment that you find more interesting. Another thing that you can consider is potentially upskilling. Perhaps there's something that you've always wanted to do and you've never taken the time to actually be intentional about upskilling in that area. I hope that those help. Another sign that it may be time to consider looking for a new job and quitting your current job is that it is impacting your personal life, negatively impacting your personal life. When I say impacting your personal life, this can take multiple different forms depending on who you are, what stage of life you're at, and so on and so forth. So, for example, if you are a parent and you find that this job that you're currently doing requires you to constantly be out of the country or constantly be out of state, that naturally will take its toll it may be time to consider, is there another way that I can apply those skills elsewhere? Or maybe you don't have to quit. Perhaps there are systems available in your current organisation where you can lessen the amount of away from home activities that you have to do. Another way that it can be impacting your personal life is if it impacts your health. A lot of people find themselves in jobs that stress them out so much. And that stress can then lead to your body acting out in ways. It can end up in back pain. That's one that I've experienced in the past. Aches and pains, maybe headaches, and things that you know in your core are definitely the result of your job. I don't think any job should impact your health unless it's something that you know before you started, for example, that it would likely impact your health. I'm thinking jobs like firefighting, for example. I mean, you know that would have some level of impact, but even still, if you were doing a job like that and you decide, hey, actually, the return for the amount of work I have to do and the danger involved is not worth it, perhaps it's time to consider another role. And in that scenario, I think it's really important to think super carefully about what you would like to do and what would be a calmer space for your body, really. What would stop you from having anxiety, for example? What is it about the job that causes that to be triggered within you? So that when you go to look for a new job, you can really identify clearly, okay, this job has these aspects, it's likely to be like that. It doesn't seem that it's going to have this same element that I don't like, and you can make more informed choices so that you don't keep finding yourself in the same situation over and over again. Another unusual one, actually, as a follow on from that, in terms of how it's impacting your personal life, and reflecting on actually a colleague that I had in a job that I did in the past. She once told me for like the first however many weeks, months, that she just came to work every single day and just cried. And I thought to myself, that's not normal. That shouldn't be normalized. No job should have you going into work every single day in tears before you've even had a chance to switch on your laptop or start the work, whatever that job is. Life is too short to be crying every single day at work. It's just too short. It's just too short. Right, moving on to the next sign that you should probably consider a new opportunity. And this is if where you currently are, you know that there are no progression opportunities. Now, this will not be relevant to everyone. There are some people that are super happy where they currently are and don't wish to move up in the system. But if you are at you could be early in your career actually, or you could even be late. You could be anywhere in your career. If you have career aspirations and you know that you cannot fulfill those at the company that you are currently working at, it's probably time to go, to be honest. It's probably time to go, because if you have career aspirations, the longer you stay, two things will happen. Number one, you are going to get fed up because you're going to get bored of doing this task that you have to do all the time, this job. And that's the thing, the job will start feeling like a task because it's not what you ultimately wish to do, and there is no light at the end of the tunnel. And then the second thing that will happen is that the longer it takes for you to actually get into a space that is cultivating growth, it has the possibility to start impacting your confidence. Because you might then start questioning, okay, but why can't I do that thing? Why is it taking so long to get there? Am I actually even able to do that thing? Maybe I'm dreaming too big. Maybe I should dream smaller. Maybe I should just lessen myself. Maybe I should just aim towards something that is, more within my abilities, whatever those abilities are that you've decided are only the abilities that you have. I don't see any positives. There's no positives of holding on, knowing that you're holding on to fresh air. And this is one thing that hopefully the pandemic and, all of the chaos after that has been for the years and years that have followed, that hopefully a lot of people have learned this, that, I suppose it's less so for people in public sector jobs, because I've always considered that public sector jobs are much safer. Someone can correct me in the comments if they disagree with that, but I've always worked in the private sector, and it's taught me that a company will get rid of you thick and fast when it suits them. But some people, not really my generation, but I know people that will stick and they will stick and they will stick somewhere for years and years and years. And they know they are not going anywhere. And they will stick at that company because they feel like they owe the company something. Are you the CEO of this company? Are you the CEO? In the nicest way, please remember how quickly a company is able to replace a human being, okay? Please remember. Thank you. The fourth reason why you perhaps need to consider quitting your job is that pay increases are a myth. When you think about the last time you saw a pay increase that actually amounted to something after tax, you struggle. You scratch your head and you think, yeah, I haven't had a pay rise in a long time. And yeah, that's a problem. There are pros and cons to everything, but I have seen that my biggest pay increases have been from changing jobs. Some people will sit in a job for like 5 years. And in those 5 years, they'll get what somebody was able to achieve in a pay rise by leaving in less time. I'm just thinking, like the last job that I did, if I had stayed and just worked my way up incrementally, and that's how pay rises would come, or the pay rises that were worth talking about. If I had stayed, gosh, how long would it have taken me? Maybe about 3 years it would have taken me to get to the pay that I ended up in my current role with. I spent a year and a half at that company. So, an extra 3 years on top of that. So I would have spent 4.5 years to get the same pay, and for my learning to be stunted in the process. Yeah. If pay rises are a myth, just have a look around. Check out the market. There could be a company out there that requires exactly the same skills that you currently have, that has better pay and a better pay rise model, where if you join and you stay in that role, you're still going to be in store for a good annual pay increase. Worth considering. And the fifth And the fifth and final reason why you should consider quitting your job is because you're watching this video, okay? Now, when I wanted to quit my job in the past and I found myself on YouTube typing in, should I quit my job? Is it time to quit my job? Signs that I should quit my job. What to do if I want to quit my job? It was a clear sign that I was ready to go and it was time to go. So if you are sitting here and in your watch later playlist on YouTube, all it has is all of those titles I have just listed, it could be maybe a super clear sign that you're not happy and it's time to go. Life is too short. Tomorrow is not promised. You need... I don't believe that there's a job out there that would make someone 100% happy all of the time. But I think we should all aim towards finding a space with a team, with a manager, with a CEO that is healthy, that is heading where we would like it to head, with a vision that you can at least partially get on board with. Because ultimately, any company you join, you are joining and saying to the CEO, I am going to partner to look after your baby and make it successful. You wouldn't babysit a baby that you didn't want to be held responsible for. So find an organisation, find a space that is healthy, that allows you to grow, that encourages you, that supports you, that sees you as a human being. Find a leader that you can trust, that isn't going to hold you hostage in a position because they know that you're good, but they're going to push you forward to fulfill your potential in the workplace. I really hope that this helps, and I really hope that if you are watching this and you find yourself in a situation where you want to get out and you want to find a new job, I hope that a door of opportunity, a good door of opportunity opens up to you soon, and may it be a place where you grow and where you laugh and where you where you're able to come back to this video, in fact, and report back in the comment section and tell me that, hey, you got a new job and we can celebrate together. I love a good celebration. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.